Hello, lovely. Welcome to the Feel Love Podcast. My name is Marta Justina. I'm the host of this loving space where we will talk about sex and intimacy, personal development, self-love, all the things. But today, we're going to talk about authenticity in particular. We're going to talk about why it's important and what are some tips that I've got on how you can implement authenticity into your life more and more if that feels a little bit scary for you to do right now. So, if you're ready to feel the love in every ounce of your being, I'm ready to light the way. Authenticity. Why is it important? Well, first and foremost, it helps you live a healthy life. And I know that maybe health and authenticity doesn't quite feel like it aligns for some people, but think about any of the moments when you did something that was out of alignment with yourself, morally, cognitively, whatever. Typically, when we do something that we're not proud of, we kind of get that knot in our bellies and we stiffen up and we really don't feel good. Now, if we lied to someone, we have this painful desire just to be honest and apologize for doing so. But whatever it might be, it does not feel good. Now, the longer that you go with ignoring your authenticity, the harder it is to feel that sense of guilt because you've become so used to pushing it down or repressing it that now it's more alive in your subconscious as opposed to in your conscious world. But the reason also why it relates to health is because every time that we do something that is out of alignment with our true selves, we are choosing someone outside of us as more important. And that stunts our spiritual growth. We are harming ourselves. It is self-harm when we do something that goes against what our true self knows to be true, whether it's going with an opinion or not speaking up for something that is hurting us, not getting our needs met, or feeling too much to have our needs met, whatever it might be. It's causing you to feel unwell. And if we aren't aware of certain studies out there, so for example, there's an ACE study conducted by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk in the 80s or 90s, studying the premise of adverse childhood experiences. And that's just a fancy way of saying traumatic situations that happened during childhood. Depending on where you score on an ACE test, and there'd be 10 questions that you would have to answer and go through, and if 3 or 4 of them resonate with you, you are likely to develop mental health struggles. If we are moving upwards towards 7 or 8, incarceration is almost guaranteed. And in all of those experiences, whether you score 3, 4, 9, or 7, it is because your true self is not being honored, either from other people or from within. But as children, it's very difficult for us to speak up and live in a way that is authentic because we don't even really know who we are just yet. We don't understand the world. We are looking to our external reality for guidance, for understanding, for teachings, for survival. And so we can't stand up or speak up or do anything in alignment with our true selves because we know we can't. We need whoever is in our lives for our well-being, for our survival. But all those times that you don't speak up as you get older, those people tend to develop throat problems or issues related to this area of the body. It might be throat, it might be thyroid, it might be jaw pain, it can be like face pain, things like that. If you are continuously struggling with sense of low worth, you are going to be struggling with gastrointestinal issues because this area of our body is related to our solar plexus, which is related to our inner power, our sense of purpose, and our sense of worth. This is our ability to feel worthy. But this is more common now for women, but women might lose their menstrual cycles when they are very out of touch with their emotions, with their sense of play, with their sense of safety, of being fluid and sensual and feminine. And sensual and sexual are two different entities, but they can come hand in hand. And so when women struggle with either of those, then menstrual cycle issues will come up, hormonal issues will come up, cysts on the ovaries, painful sex, inability to orgasm. All these things are going to show up as evidence that the authentic self is not being honored. And the body will show you in what way, how, when, what led to this. But authenticity is also important because it allows you to honor you instead of caring about what other people think of you. Now, for example, I have a client who desperately needs to cry and release pain that she has been holding on to for many years. But she fears what the people around her would think of her if she did do that. If she really just let it go, let the floodgates open and cry and scream until she's content. She's scared that her family members would think that she's crazy. But the problem with that is, one, she's not allowing herself to be authentic, but in the root of that is healing happens through feeling. And so the less that she's feeling, the more she's not healing. And it's that block, that limiting belief that says, if you are less than perfect, you will not be lovable, you will not be accepted. And this client is quite older. So imagine how many years she's had to live her life as a senior now, not being able to feel to her heart's content around certain people or all people. And the concept of authenticity is so important because that is our true nature. When we vibrate consistently in a state of inauthenticity, we are in a state of illness, dis-ease, as opposed to ease, where you are wearing something that doesn't make you feel good, but that you think others will like you more for wearing. Maybe you don't want to be seen as the hippie wearing flowy dresses all the time because having skin tight leggings looks so much better, whatever. But at the end of the day, you feel bloated, everything hurts, you're gassy, your poops are weird, and that is harming you. But when you start to live from a place of authenticity, you don't care about what other people think. And your body will show that to you. It'll show you that it's healing and that it's healthier than ever before because it's no longer being constrained by what you think you need to wear or do or be or have or not eat or eat, when the body is such a beautiful and wise machine. If you don't want to eat a salad every single day for lunch, but you think you're supposed to because that's what so many influencers are posting, but your body in particular doesn't like it, then that is going to continue as a battle of inauthenticity and of gut health issues, as opposed to listening to your body and it's saying, I really want a sandwich today. I really need carbohydrates. I really need peanut butter. I really need chocolate because my period's coming and I need to get that boost of magnesium and iron, right? Like it's being able to hear your body. But when you are being inauthentic, your body is going to be put into a state of survival, of fight or flight. And so everything that it communicates to you is going to be in a state of screaming, of severe dis-ease. And so those gentle nudges of, I want to go here, I want to go there, of your intuition talking, of maybe getting that gut feeling, you know, or of certain cravings coming up, you can't hear them because those are gentle. That's the body's inner wisdom. But those things are less important when there's havoc being wreaked on the rest of your body. It's really hard to be able to honor your hunger cravings when you have gut imbalances, dysbiosis, whether it's SIBO, candida, you name it. At that point, you can't really listen to your body because it's not your body that's speaking, it's the overgrowth of bad bacteria that's speaking to you, or parasites even. And the more that you can heal these things, the more that you can show up authentically, the more healthy you live and feel, and the less you really care about what other people think about you. So the root of why it's important for you to be authentic is your health and well-being deeply, deeply rely on it. But some ways in which I helped myself embrace my authenticity is things that are related to the sacral chakra and the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is all about self-expression, authenticity, being your true self. But that it's also very deeply related to the sacral chakra, which is related to play, femininity, sensuality, connection, community, emotions. And I always found it easy for me to just dance. And so I would dance in my kitchen while cooking. I would dance while in the car and sing at the top of my lungs, giving myself a total concert anywhere I had to go. Now, I will say that I'm that kind of person who I was always pretty authentic when it came to doing like the weird things that maybe my friends would be embarrassed to do. Like I will be the one to walk around barefoot and everyone's not. But when you can play, that's when you feel the most free. And that's when you are authentic. It's really hard to hold back when you're having the time of your life. And think about the last time you went on a slide as a kid. How much fun we had. But now as adults, we go back, we're like tense like a stick. And how awkward it feels and how crappy it feels and how we don't want to do that again. The more that you do things that are naturally fun to you, that are easily fun to you, the more you can practice being authentic. And then in time, doing the things that you love doing that come easy to you in your own company, but spreading that to doing it around or with friends. Maybe one special friend, or maybe just around your family members, depending on how close you are. And then like spreading that out a little further. Now, maybe if you love dancing, like maybe just, you have a girlfriend over or you have some friends over, you guys just play music and have fun. And then maybe the next time you guys go to a club or you go out dancing or take a dancing lesson or you look up dancing lessons on YouTube, whatever it might be, allowing the things that come easily to you to spread out into different parts of your life so that where you already feel kind of anchored and grounded and safe to let loose, you're now letting yourself be seen when you're letting loose. And then you can start to practice doing things that you've always really wanted to do, but that don't come easy to you because you just haven't started, or maybe you're struggling with, and then allowing that to become a part of your reality, but also allowing people to be there with you as you're a beginner and being authentic. And it's welcoming this beginner mindset and authenticity, because if you had to be someone that you're not for your whole life, for survival, because you thought you had to be, it's going to be a little harder to get out of that. But that doesn't make it impossible. And it absolutely is worth it. And if that's something that you would like help with and you're interested in working with me one-to-one, please do check out my website and link down below. You can book with me, we can do a free consultation, or we can just jump right into one of the programs that I have offered. Totally up to you, but have fun. Feel, dance, wear something that you've really wanted to wear for a long time, but that you felt you weren't pretty enough for, you weren't handsome enough for. Do something that your inner child would love. Watch a Disney movie. There's so much going on in the world right now that I don't know if I want to promote Disney. But like, watch a movie that your younger self would have loved. Whatever. Play some cards. Make a waffle. I have some great waffle recipes if you guys are interested. Like paleo, super healthy, sugar-free, processed sugar-free. I use honey sometimes, or maple syrup. Local, of course. But overall, please remember that you are beautiful the way you are, and your authenticity is what makes you magical. And that is the highest vibration, the highest frequency that we can vibrate at, which makes you magnetic to everything beautiful in this world, to all the real people that I know your heart is craving. So say hi, comment down below, follow my Facebook page, subscribe. But as always, I hope you feel the love. I'll talk to you soon. Have a lovely day.